Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday evening. Glenn Kellaway here, starting about 4 minutes early. Oh, I got myself a stud muffin. Oh, there he is. Larry.
I got my 50 box sets to show.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got like 10 of them.
No, I've got maybe 10.
Just
Close to
different examples. I didn't really
Yeah,
rank
I've
them.
got 8 good ones and 2 not so good ones.
Yeah, I got one that's kind of disappointing. Yeah. Cool. Hey, I got to do some work here. Oh, feel free to sing and dance, Larry.
So we're not live yet, right?
We are live.
We are live?
Yeah, so don't call anybody a loser.
What a bunch of losers.
Yeah, we are
Hi,
live.
fans of high quality entertainment. I have taken over Glenn Kellaway from the Basement's channel. I actually bought it off him for $20.
You overpaid.
I overpaid. And I want a refund because I lost subscribers going to his channel.
Yeah, you're down to a paltry 1,800 subscribers now.
Yeah. Today on our live chat, we're going to be talking about box sets, the good and the bad. And I'm like a professional, Glenn.
You did. You sounded like a professional announcer there. Yeah, there's nothing like professional entertainment, and this is nothing like professional entertainment. I heard a good joke. I'm reading Sting's autobiography, and it's his childhood up to when he gets to the police. It doesn't go into the major part of his career, and he's a great writer, and it's a really interesting book. But there was a joke in there about when he started playing music. One of the musicians said to him, "What do you call a guy who hangs around with musicians all the time?" "A drummer."
That's good. Well, he was a teacher, right? That's why he can write.
Yeah, he didn't like teaching. That was like he kind of had to go into it. Yeah, that was not something that when you read the book, he was too interested in. We've got a comment. Cardboard head guy. You can always count on the coolest dude on the planet to come in. Yes, I did find out who gave me the police box, and his name is Derek, and he comes on our chat by the name of George Campground. And so hopefully he comes on tonight, and I can thank him again. I do have that set right here. It's fantastic. It sounds really good. I've been devouring this, man. I'm really getting into the police big time. Are you a police fan, Larry?
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I bought a couple of their albums back, like their debut when it came out.
Well, same here.
Yeah, but
it's
not that I don't like them. It's just
I was a casual fan, but now I'm like really loving it. It's like my new obsession. Somebody call the cops. Was it a used or unopened box set? Well, it didn't have wrap on it, but it sure looks brand new to me. Or did it? No, it was brand new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, it was brand new. And it was such an amazing gift. Really generous. Oh, maybe Larry, because I was
my new nickname.
so I put in the title the chat with Sam, Glenn, and Rob.
Well, unlike Glenn, I have a life.
Yeah, Larry.
Sometimes I can't do a live chat.
Yeah.
No, it has to do with my chronic pain. So, but I should be good for a while.
You are a chronic pain.
I know.
So what'd you do all day? You're awaiting Molly's arrival.
I cleaned. Yeah, Molly's going to be here tomorrow morning, probably. Yeah.
You know what I was listening to just before we came on? That Ron Sexsmith album that you
I did like it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good songwriter, eh? Like he's just it's kind of like listening to a Gordon Lightfoot album or something. You're not going to get excited and tap your foot and go,
yeah, but he's a pro.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Hey.
We love Jack. Glad you're here, buddy. Yeah. So, yeah, tonight we're going to talk about box sets. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. What makes a good one? What makes a bad one? Some maybe we wished would hurry up and come out. Whatever. We'll run the gamut here. McCartney's going to be on the new Dolly Parton and Rolling Stone, new albums from him, maybe. That Dolly Parton thing, they do a version of Let It Be or something on there. Yeah. That's what he's on.
Like after all these years, she's doing a rock album. It's just, it's like tacky, right? Like
I would not spend one penny on that album.
Yeah. And we respect Dolly Parton otherwise.
Yes, talent. I know, but it's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Sam's on the way. Summertime Dream, too good. Yeah, it's a really good album. That's my favorite Lightfoot album. Can't wait for McCartney 3 box set in 2070. Yeah, well,
I won't be around by then.
Yeah, hey. We'll be getting Beatles number 1s again too, probably maybe number 2s or something.
I wonder, like in 50 years, right? They probably, I wonder what they'll have for music. It's going to be something, it's going to be so
weird the way people are listening to music. I think I see Rob. Hey, buddy.
Northern Revolutions.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good to see you.
You too.
Yeah?
No, we're not talking about you too.
Oh, well, we could.
We might be. Do they have a box set?
I have a U2 box set, but I'm not talking about it. The one that I want, like,
hey Jack, Rob.
The one U2 box I want, I can't afford.
Which is that? What is it? Like, is there a massive box set or something?
They've done a few. Like, they did a huge, expensive one for Achtung Baby, but I want the one. There's a 10 LP box set for All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Oh, really?
It's got a bunch of singles in it, but it's got an entire live show from that tour on 2 discs. And then there's the album, and then there's a whole bunch of B-sides and demos. And
it's a good question. What was the first box set you ever bought, Larry? Oh. We got a fourth for Euchre.
There he is.
There he is.
I
John St. Sam is with us.
The first box set. That's a very good question.
I know exactly the first one was.
Yeah.
Me
Bob
too.
Dylan's Biograph when it came out in 1985 or 86 or whatever that was.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the first one I ever bought.
First one.
And I believe Bob Dylan's was the first. I'm sure there was jazz ones and classical ones, but I believe that was the first rock.
I think so.
One. And then Clapton followed suit with his.
And Springsteen was early on too.
Springsteen came out.
That was the first one I bought. His live.
The live 85
set. Yeah.
That was a great box set.
If you count the like the Traveling Wilburys.
I'm gonna sneeze.
3 disc thing.
Oh, that wasn't a sneeze.
Well,
this is entertainment right here, folks.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's some on the screen. Hold on.
Show us the Kleenex. Let's see what was in it.
Yeah. Just describe it. Welcome to Glenn's channel.
It's like jumping the shark.
Edabing, he's Edabing, New Jersey Mike's. It just came here while where I live.
What's Jersey?
Where I live.
It's a sub shop.
Oh.
Yeah. First box set of CD, probably Dylan's bio. Steve, do you want to join us tonight? Say yes or no and put some clothes on. Mm-hmm. You're more than welcome. We're just having a general discussion on box sets.
Hey, Briar.
Evening, folks. Hey, Briar. Sell me that tissue, man. No, you're not getting my DNA that easy. Next thing you know,
you could do a giveaway contest.
They'll be running it through the freaking computers, and
that's Glenn.
And you could autograph it.
Jeez, then we might have 2 Glenn Callaways running around if they clone you.
Well, I'm working at for the Belleville Senators. There's I ordered that budget Chicago box after watching your video, Larry. I know the packaging is disappointing, but I hope the CDs will be good.
It's one of the box sets I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, I was when I was working for the Belleville Senators this year. They had this kind of a meet and greet with the fans, and the players were signing autographs on these sheets, right? And I grabbed one of the blank sheets, and I signed my autograph on it and put number 1 usher. and I took it up to the room, gave it to my boss. And there's one of the young women who worked there as an usher, and she's a bit, how to say, she's just a bit slow. I don't know how to say it politely.
She's watching your live chat.
She's capable of looking after herself and doing everything, but you just tell she's a bit not. Let's just call her naive. Anyway, so she said, "Can I have that?" I go, "That's my autograph." And she goes, "Yeah, can I have it?" I go, "No, you don't understand. That's my autograph. Like, I signed that." "Oh, I gotta have it." She's just like, "Oh."
Now you know how Larry feels every time he goes to the store.
Yeah.
Oh, I asked him for his autograph once, and he ran away.
Well, he didn't have any cash on.
He said, "I don't sign autographs."
He's like Ringo.
Yeah. I was with my. You know that that kids act? They're famous in Canada. I don't know about the States. Is Sharon Lois and Bram?
Yep.
Hugely famous in Canada, like the most famous kids performers in the history of the world. My kids are young. They're like 7 and 9, 10 or something. We're down at Harbourfront, Toronto, down by the lake. Who comes walking? But Bram comes walking towards us. I go, "There's Bram," and I've taken them to see these guys in concert, and they had the records, the wheels on the bus go around, and all that shit. And so I walk up to Bram and go, "Oh, can my kids have your autographs?" He goes, "I don't sign autographs."
Are you shitting me?
No.
Holy!
Wow,
that is bad.
An asshole
For a children's entertainer.
No kidding.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Unless I caught Bram at a bad moment when he was fighting with his wife or something, but
I would have had something to say to him.
wow.
Could you imagine?
Only 2 words.
Could you imagine Rafi like throwing off, a kid?
Rafi, yeah. These guys are the same league as Rafi.
Yeah.
I had all of his VHS tapes as a kid.
Well, they're the same. They had a TV show. Like
Glenn and Larry will know this. You know who apparently the greatest children's entertainer in Canada is, and apparently he's the friendliest guy in the world, and every musician loves him? Fred Penner.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred Penner, yeah.
And he's still out there doing his thing, and any musician that's anybody still wants to play with him.
Yeah. He plays a lot with the Whiteley brothers. Ken, I don't know if you know Ken, Chris Whiteley in Toronto. And,
he's got a big giant beard now and wears a little bowler hat.
Yeah. My first box set was this year, and it was a 3 LP set of History of Flo and Eddie and the Turtles. Wow.
Oh, it's cool.
Interesting. Was there any Zappa stuff in there? That's why the Wiggles will always be better. Yeah.
I love the Wiggles. I've seen the Wiggles, and I've met the Wiggles.
Who's your favorite Wiggle?
I should say I have a young son, so That's
Who's your favorite Wiggle? Do you have a favorite, or?
I don't know. Simon, maybe. Also met Captain Feathersword.
Really? Yeah, I don't know.
Wiggles were big in my eyes for like 2 years. Thank God they're not anymore. And I have a Wiggles T-shirt too, actually.
Oh, look at you! Do you wear it?
Absolutely.
Oh, really? So they
looks like the
adult sizes. They weren't just for kids.
I don't know. You know that the famous Ramones black and white with the seal on it. Well, the Wiggles did a version of that with Dorothy the dinosaur in the middle. That's one I got.
Wow. All the world, I'd love to, but I'm still fighting this 2-week cold, and I'm already in bed.
That's all you need to say.
Oh yeah, we don't want you on then.
He's in bed.
You know what happens when you're in bed?
He's shirtless, probably
I
bottomless.
need to heal for Rob's grilling on spin on this tomorrow night. Yeah, I see Gary's back in full bloom here. He did a really funny entry into Steve's contest. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he did.
Have you ever thought of starting an a cappella group? No. No. I think all of us would be better off being instrumentalists.
Indeed.
I'm better being the guy working the soundboard, probably.
The Wiggles take me back to an innocent time. God, I can't remember an innocent time. A long time ago. Just had to Google who the Wiggles are.
For those that don't know, they're an Australian children's group. And funny thing, the Wiggles make more money touring every year than AC/DC does.
Oh, I believe it.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
The Wiggles play like 400 shows a year.
And did they have a TV show too?
They had like 4 of them.
Oh, okay. Cool. So big news Friday, Sam. I just saw it tonight. I forgot all about it. The release of Paul Simon's new album.
I pre-ordered it today.
My buddy at Zap Records already has it in. He showed it today. Yeah. Like I'm thinking about calling him tomorrow and trying to get it a day early.
Yeah, they had the listening party last night or the night before, and they said it's very good. I think Edie Gourmet, well, not Edie Gourmet. Wow,
Edie Gourmet.
It's Steve Lawrence.
Steve Lawrence there too.
Yeah, Steve Lawrence. Yeah, he plays some bass. Yeah, no, Edie Brickell. She sings on there with him on the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Simon. Even the last 3-4 albums that you would think he's kind of getting on in years, and maybe they're not as strong. They were all great records.
No, he's a deep thinker.
So Beautiful, So What? It's a great album. I forget the name of the other one. Something About a Stranger.
Yeah,
that one's really good. And
and then And the Blue Light was the most recent. That was he rewrote lyrics to a lot of his songs.
Yeah, that was great.
It's like deep cut songs.
When you said big news, I thought you were going to get excited about the new Taylor Swift record.
No, I wasn't.
I am.
Oh, that's coming out Friday too?
No, they announced it last week.
Oh, hello, Canada.
Hey,
I'm out, so I can't listen.
I'm
reading the juicy comments and waiting for Larry's facial expressions.
Oh.
All right, there we go.
There you go, Mazzy.
Hey, Mazzy, my daughter and son-in-law are in Seattle as we speak. They just landed today. Big family news. They're finally tying the knot. They're getting married in Vancouver on Monday. So they're up in that whole area having a magical weekend, and then they're going to just have a small wedding. Then we're going to have a big party because they're going for their green cards in the States. Once you get to a certain point in the process, you can't leave the country until the card comes through. So it could be anywhere minimum of 4 months up to a year where they can't leave the States. So in my son-in-law, WWE sponsors him for his green card, so it's all paid for that way. And my daughter would get her green card because she married, so they decided to get married to get all this done.
Wow.
Yeah. People get married in Canada still? Yeah, sometimes. So we get divorced up here too. Trust me. Right, Larry?
That's right.
I've done that too.
Oh yeah, three out of 4.
I remember
average.
in the 80s, I was in California, and this woman asked me if we have beaches in Canada.
Did you tell her we don't have beaches in Canada? We don't. Really.
No, we don't, actually. No.
Speaking of the Ramones, The Weird Tales of the Ramones is a great box set with a built-in biographical comic book. I've never seen that. I'm getting just a picture of Glenn's basement. Just a picture.
Glenn,
Bob, there's a music room tour I just did 2 weeks ago. If you need
you have to click on the link. I think he's just seen the thumbnail.
Oh, I don't know I don't know, Bob. He's on every week. I don't know why he's having trouble tonight. I'll be in Vancouver in September. We'll alert the border guards.
Yeah, border services.
Yeah. Anal cavity searches.
Jeez.
Wow. Well, so we should get talking about our subject tonight is box sets. I think we all have a few.
Why don't we do our least favorite first?
Okay, kind of
get the negative out of the way.
Let's have kind of before we show anything, just everybody kind of give their thoughts on what they like and what they don't like in box sets. I guess is maybe then we can show examples. Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. So Larry, you go first. Do your thing.
I like a box set if it's going to be like a box set of a band's discography or whatever. I want it to duplicate the original vinyl records as close as possible.
on a CD set. I think also it's worth distinguishing. There are different kinds of box sets with different focuses, right? There's box sets that just focus on a library of studio albums.
Yeah,
give you the whole collection. There's box sets that focus on one record and then all the outtakes and whatever it's assorted at the time. There's box sets of like a live tour or thing. So they're all kind of different. And to me, it's like that determines to me whether I buy it on CD or vinyl. Like if it's a library of studio albums, I like to have it on vinyl. But if it's outtakes and alternate takes and a whole bunch of stuff, because some of it I don't like, it's easier on CD.
But Glenn,
skip a song.
But with your new CD player, aren't you going to be kind of thinking more CD now with the sound?
No, well, because my vinyl sounds really good too. So they both sound great now. My CDs just kind of come up with the sound level of the vinyl. So no, to me, it's more determined what's in the box, whether I buy CD or vinyl.
Good.
Yeah.
You want to go, Sam, or you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rob.
So for me, I mean, I don't, as a rule, not as a rule, as general practice, I'm not big into CDs. I do have a few CD box sets, but if there's a vinyl option, I'm buying the vinyl option, obviously. But I think for me, if it's just a collection of studio albums, I really have to like the band to buy it. If it's just a collection of, albums, got to be a real band I like. For me, a box set, really the determining factor is what is the other stuff in there that I can't get somewhere else? Is it, a disc of live stuff or studio outtakes, or, what are the extra audio goodies? I couldn't give a flying fart if they put in a replica of a tour poster or whatever. Put a good book in there, or put some extra sound stuff, then I'm interested. So
yeah, I'm kind of with Rob on some of that. And I mean, this, like, for example, I know when we were doing our emails before, trying to settle on a topic, one of the sets that I brought up was this one, and I have one that's very similar. I know Glenn has both of these as well. There's another one like that John Prine put out where it's literally just
that's Mike Nesmith, by the way, if anybody doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's Mike Nesmith of the Monkees. These are essentially all of his solo albums with the exception of 2. And they're great. I mean, some of them have a couple of extra cuts, but it's mostly just the studio albums. And I mean, they're, replicated like, little records. I mean, there's no frills or anything. There is a booklet separate that comes with it, which is nice. But like Rob was saying, I really have to like the artist to get this. So like, I know there are a lot of those, like bargain sets, which some of them might be shown tonight that, it's like the first 4 or 5 albums, and like Guess Who have them, the Monkees have one, Steppenwolf, groups like that, that especially had a huge catalog. America, and I've got one from Rich Strickler, who gave me an America set, like their first 5 albums.
Oh, that's those original series ones?
Yeah, the original series.
Yeah, they're actually really good. I should actually brought
you
one.
You can get them for like, $20 for like 5 albums.
Because they're worth, like, they give you good value for your money.
Oh, yeah. If you're trying to get into a band, I highly recommend them. Like I said, like groups like Foreigner or, whoever. Not the huge groups like the Stones, the Beatles aren't going to have it.
Even Miles Davis. I've got one on him.
Yeah. So I'll have to really be into the artist to get into those. But again, I want it to be concise enough where I'm not completely bored through a disc. And, when we start getting into a couple of our, lesser favorites, that's the predominant reason why they are, is because there's just too much fluff, too many cuts of the same song that I'm just like, all right, that's enough. But in a nutshell, yeah, I like an album I like a box set that's concise that I can listen to and almost enjoy, as much as a standard record. Like it plays pretty straight through.
I'm going to try and get through some comments here. Box sets are worthless to me. Jack as well.
Jack, he's just not getting into music though, so he's learning a lot about.
Yeah. You'll eventually find some that are important to you.
Yeah, they're not worthless, Jack.
Only because I don't care about outtakes and bonus tracks. But some of the outtakes and bonus tracks are fantastic. Like Bob Dylan's got a whole like a set of volume 17 or 17 volumes.
The Beatles' White Album.
The Beatles' White Album, Escher demos. I mean, there's tons of really good stuff.
You will get, especially Jack, once you start listening to an album and you've heard it so many times, you know, like again, the Beatles ones are a prime example. We've all heard those albums 100 times, at least us on the panel. So to get new takes on them, it refreshes the album for you to go back and listen to it.
Yeah. You'll eventually find one you're interested.
Give it like 10 years, Jack.
I agree that Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon was not well done. They didn't give you enough value for your money. What's that sell for? Like $300-400?
Yeah, it was high.
Yeah, there's not enough in there. This is big news. I sold a NAMM CD player. Sam, can you tell me about the video? Sam, can tell you about the video I posted, which I pulled after 4 comments. If you want, why did he pull it? What was?
Did you not see it? Steve, you know, he's been getting a lot of VCLT gifts from other video makers, for those that don't know, and he made a joke video that said that you and him had been commenting about your new player, and that that you had bought him one out of the kindness of your heart. He sent it to him. He said, I came home and there was this huge package. He said, you know, and it was the box, and he kept going. He's like, I don't know if Glenn's going to make a joke. He's like, this thing might be full of rocks and bags of flour and sugar. And then he opened, he's like, oh my goodness, it's the actual player. And he pulled it off quite well. And people were like, congratulations. He made a fake note that Glenn had sent him about, you know, like, I love what you're doing. Keep it up. He's like, I love you so much. And yeah, he bought it.
Did he actually pull it?
He made it private because people thought you were nicer than you are, Glenn.
Well, I'm not $2,500 nice, I'll tell you that.
But he pulled it off quite nicely.
I can't even afford the postage to send somebody a CD.
That's what I was going to say. I was thinking that was the first thing I thought of was good grief. And then spend money on postage.
It reminds me of my Beatles top 10 amazing facts. You know, the first half I'm serious, and then I'm, you know, Ringo was only born with 1 foot. A lot of people are taking it seriously. Right? Yeah. It's like they don't get the joke. It's like
your favorite records too, Larry. Your vinyl records.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I'll be interested in how it sounds hooked up to your Crosley stereo system. Good.
It was a great video because I didn't think for a second he was joking.
That's hilarious. Just ordered the new Black Sabbath Live Evil box set. What's in that now? Is Live Evil like an album from Black Sabbath, or is this just like a box set of live?
Yeah, that's with Ozzy. Yep. I don't know what's all in it.
1 box set from 70s Elton John's definitive 5 LP retrospective on DMG. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with Elton. Getting a new stereo system soon. Got the Pioneer HPM 100 speakers. Oh, good for you, man. New stereo is always fun. The Beatles in Mono is the greatest CD box set of all time. Musically, yes, but as a box set, I don't like. I mean, the music's magical, so you could say it's the greatest package of music for sure. Los Lobos original album series features a debut album that was never released on CD in the US. I did not know that, Gary. Sound Labs, great shout. Those original album series box sets are definitely great. I get 6 of them. Yeah, they are really good. They're great value for your money. And the Monkees one has all kinds of outtakes.
Yeah, bonus outtakes,
bonus tracks. Yeah. It's fantastic.
But they go out of print fast, as long as they go for decent money.
Yeah. Too. The original album series are great for the price. Yeah, absolutely. Highly recommend them.
Steve showed a bunch of them,
and they sound good too. They don't sound like cheesy recordings or anything. They have really good sound quality. The Let It Be box set, big mistake not putting the Rooftop concert on a separate disc. Yeah, I think they could have given us that for the price they charged us for the box set. I think they didn't give us enough.
And printing the book upside down.
Oh yeah, Larry got his book printed. But that's you got a one of a kind, Larry.
Yeah. They should have also included the Let It Be Naked mix in there too.
I would have liked that too. There's
a lot of folks who can't find that album. So
yeah. Just listen to Let It Be Naked. Honestly, I like the Phil Spector produced version better.
Yeah.
To each their own. I don't.
I like them both for what they are. Huge mistake. I bought a bootleg CD instead, which will suffice. I'm still waiting for my CD player plan. Oh, yeah, it's on its way, John. It's an outstanding player. I'll put it back up with your permission, Glenn. Oh, you can put it up. We need to chat about that, Steve. I'd like to talk to you about the player. It's actually an outstanding player. Put it back up. Neil Young's Harvest 50th Anniversary Deluxe Box Set was
I bought that. It's got a DVD and concert. And,
It looks like a good set. YV website with the second album with Ronnie Dio on vocals. Okay. Was 2022 Headquarters box set any good?
Stay tuned.
Okay, we're gonna answer that question shortly. Cardboard Head guy.
Stay tuned.
I think I saw him at the mall today. There was a guy walking the mall at a cardboard head. I figured it might have been him. Never seen it before. I love the Beach Boys box set called Sessions, Pet Sounds from set 97. Also the Birds box set from 1990 is good too. I used to have that Birds box set. That was the black one in the long box, I think.
That's a sought after Beach Boys set now. It's worth a lot of money.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that one. And they did that one. Then they did it again in 2016. And then also the Smile set. None of those are in print anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Best box set to me, Ray Charles' Birth of Soul. Not a bad track on the entire thing. Well, I'm a huge Ray Charles fan. I have a box set of his first 4 or 5 albums on Atlantic in mono. It's amazing. Not only did he print Larry's book upside down, it opens left to right instead of right to left. Yeah. Well, Larry's fluent in Chinese, so he's used to reading that way. Cool. Who wants to start show and tell? Larry, go ahead.
Are we going to start with are we just going to do a couple of our least favorites before we
Yeah. I've only got one that I just.
I'd say do your least favorites all at once.
It's all uphill from there.
So do it all at once.
So first up, I got Chicago. I think their first 10 albums. And it's remastered and everything. Some bonus tracks. What I dislike about it is, there's the covers. All of the back covers are like this, right? They're not the original back covers. And I don't like that. Why,
Yeah, just replicate.
There's no booklet, which, it doesn't matter. What I want, though, is, the original looking vinyl records. And
it's almost like when they're producing them, they want to make as cheaply as possible.
And like this was a gatefold, right? And there's no gatefold. It's just all on one CD.
Well, actually, what was interesting was that the Steven Wilson remix of that, which is absolutely fantastic, came in a package like that too. There's no gatefold or anything. It's just a single CD in a little envelope, and it's a pretty important release.
And the other one, this is excellent. Humble Pie, 1970, 1975.
Oh, I wanted to get that.
I did notice on here a mistake. Performance Rock and the Fillmore. It's called 4 Day Creep, right? The first song.
Yeah.
On here it says 4 Deep Creep.
4 Deep Creek.
So anyway, you open this up.
That's the hillbilly version.
Yeah. And it's got the
with Earl Scruggs, he sat in on with them that night.
It's got
that's nice. Nice packaging.
4 albums there. I know, but it doesn't have the. And there's the other one here. Sounds great.
Yeah, everything's good so far.
It has a very nice little hardcover book, but it doesn't. The album covers are in here in small, right? That's just the only thing I don't like about
Would you like all the CDs individually?
Yeah, like there's Humble Pie. That's
okay.
I'd like them. Yeah, but otherwise, it's a great box set. But
wow, cool. I'd like to get that box set. Actually, I like Humble Pie. Rob,
I've only got one that irks me, and I've talked about it before. It's the White Album box set.
What? It's what?
No, just hear me out. Hear me out. Do I one of my favorite albums of all time? Do I love that we finally got an official release of the Esher demos? Absolutely. Here's my beef. I have to own it twice in order to have everything. Vinyl, CD. Because here's the reason.
Oh.
Vinyl has the double album
Yeah.
and the double disc of the Esher sessions.
Yeah.
That's it. The
Yes.
CD has a 200-page book
Yeah.
and an extra like 4 CDs.
Okay, I get you.
So
what
for
you're
me to
saying.
have all the content, I had to buy the CD version.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy the CD version. I don't want to buy the box set twice.
That's a good point. They never.
And that really, and they almost did the same thing with the Abbey Road one. While the music is the same, the Abbey Road vinyl box doesn't have the book.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they're a really nice, hardcover 150-page book. So it kind of pissed me off that I had to buy it twice. Now, the Abbey Road one I can live with because I have all the music, but the White Album, it's 6 CDs plus a Blu-ray. So there's an extra, 3 discs in here of session stuff that is not on vinyl.
Which
And
is
that's
really
why it
good.
pisses me
Why
off.
didn't they just make? They should have made 2 editions of that vinyl. They should have made the one with the Esher demos and the vinyl like they did for people who could afford that, and they should have made maybe a more expensive one that had everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Aside from that, the packaging is beautiful. The sound quality is fantastic. It's all good. It's just if you're a vinyl lover, you get ripped off on that one.
Yeah,
Here's another question about that one because I've had.
but there's a
conversations-
few like that, not just the Beatles.
Yes.
I've had conversations. What do you think about the cover not being like the others? I mean, the cover is not the White Album.
Hmm.
It is on the. I mean, it is on the book because it's a plastic slipcover that
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
off. But yeah, it's not. I wish they would have not put the photos on the front.
Yeah,
And just put the serial number on it. The vinyl
Yeah.
doesn't even have. The vinyl doesn't have the serial. I don't know if it does on the inside or not. No, it's not numbered.
Yeah.
The only one that's numbered is the actual CD.
CD.
And by the way, out of the 100,000 CDs that are printed, I have number 283.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
low
good.
number.
for whatever that's worth to anybody.
see, now that's up for debate. See, I always think there's a good debate here for vinyl lovers versus CD lovers. Is the one thing the CD has over the vinyl is the amount of detail they can give you in a CD box set that they just it's too expensive to do it in vinyl. So if you're
True.
that's where CDs, that's one of the advantages.
That's all I got for ones I don't like.
So yeah, for dislike, I've got 2, and I dislike them for the same reason. I don't dislike them, but they're not ones that I'm going to reach for much. The first one was just mentioned by Cardboard Head Guy. It was the Monkees headquarters. Great packaging. It's kind of got like that kind of rubbery matte finish. 4 discs of content, and it even comes with a single of All of Your Toys and The Girl I Knew Somewhere. So it comes with a cool little 45 record. Again, a full booklet, whole little thing, all the CDs, great pictures and everything. So again, the contents are good in terms of the bang for the buck. However, a lot of it is exactly the same stuff. I mean, you've got disc 1 is the album remixed with about 10 bonus cuts, which is really cool. Disc 2, so this album, this is the first album that the Monkees wanted to do themselves without any kind of studio musicians. The second album has essentially like the Don Kirshner, who was the producer. It has his backing tracks with the session players before they agreed for the Monkees to do it. So you've got all of these backing tracks and like instrumentals of all the songs, like multiple versions of those same songs where there's no Monkees even on it. And disc 3, you kind of have like the same thing, except now the Monkees are playing it. And disc 4, more sessions. It's a lot of the same stuff, and it's really repetitive very quickly. So that's my reason for disliking that. And then again, for the similar reason, for those that know me know I love Christmas music. This came out last year. It's the Charlie Brown Christmas. So it's Vince Guaraldi jazz. So even if you just love jazz, this is it's great stuff. Great documentation. It came out from Vince Guaraldi's family. They licensed it. a fantastic booklet with all sorts of like, illustrations and things. That's wonderful. But again, you've got a lot of the same material on here. I mean, it's like one disc has like, 15 versions of like the Charlie Brown theme song, or like green sleeves or something like that. So it's just a lot of the same stuff. And there's not a whole lot of like studio chatter for people that like studio chatter. I mean, that could maybe break it up a little bit. There's not much of that either. But I mean, to be fair, this was not incredibly expensive. It came out by Kraft Recordings, and Kraft always does a great job with their mixes. And again, it's got like the original artwork from 1965. So again, for the same reason that Headquarters is one that kind of was like, it's a little boring. This is the same kind of thing. So those are my two kind of negatives.
It's kind of like the Dylan Cutting Edge box set with dealing with the Bring It All Back Home,
the electric sessions,
electric sessions, where they give you 1,500 versions of Like a Rolling Stone.
That's why I only have the 2-disc version of that.
Yeah,
and I'm like you. If it's ever in a warehouse sale where it's like $40, I'll snatch it up just to be a completist. But because that's the only deluxe set that I don't have from that series.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested in putting that money down.
So I got to, before I show the album the one I'm disappointed in, I got to show this comment here, because I hope he's not talking about the same set. I like the Yes Studio album CD box set, all of the Rhino remasters from 69 through 87. I don't think, no, this isn't the same box set. I've never seen a Rhino. Is that that's a CD box? It's interesting, because so here's this is the one I was going to show. Is the most disappointing box set I own. Musically, it's fantastic. It's got every Yes album, and they're all incredible as far as I'm concerned. But the set is just so cheap.
Yeah,
even the box is cheap.
I heard about that.
And the thing, like,
really flimsy.
There, the CD's falling out of the thing. Just picking it up. They all just. Like, it's just the cheapest piece of crap I have ever owned. Like, I can't believe that somebody saw this and didn't go, like, man, we can't put this out. Make some better covers or something. So that's mine. Like, I keep it because I've got the whole discography here, but really disappointing in the just the build quality of it.
Yeah,
it's just horrible. So take that, Yes. Okay, Larry, what do you want to talk about next?
Well, let's go to the other extreme about I've got a few here, but let's talk about a really, like, this series of box sets that David Bowie is doing, as Glenn knows, are just
I pulled that one
the
too.
best quality. You want to show it, Glenn? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you show it.
No, you go. No, you go.
You go. I don't want to go.
How about I show it?
But anyway,
you show it.
You go, Sam.
Well, here, and they're all really nice, like hard.
Talk about one extreme to the other. What Yes should have done,
and best of all, Glenn, I'm talking. And it comes with like a booklet thing, and look at this, Glenn. I remember when you open this up on your channel, right? And it comes with the friggin' plastic.
Yeah,
right, Glenn?
Like a polyline.
The classiest box set I own in terms of build quality. That's the best one. Fantastic. Sorry I spoke, Larry.
Don't speak on your channel, Glenn.
Yeah.
And
I'm a bit upset right now.
I'll say, and one of my favorites, this is heavy, Glenn, is The Clash. And this, I guess, was done by the bassist.
Turn that down,
Paul. And it's got all kinds of stuff in it.
Wow.
And each of the albums, and it's got extras. But it's like the David Bowie one. It's like hardcover. Like,
oh, nice.
Just really nice quality. And
yeah.
How many discs are in that set, Larry?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 8.
8. Is that still available? That set?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's that? Is that an expensive set now, or?
Yeah, I think it was under 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. I like that one. Okay, I better catch up on a couple of. Not only did they print, I already saw that. I'm surprised no one talks about the Beatles Capitol album CD box sets. I have both of those, Volume 1 and Volume 2. With the
Me too.
They have unique mix. They're great sets. Absolutely, I should have brought them over. Oh, Steve's announcing that his video is back up and running. Where I gifted him a beautiful CD player. So
I'll leave a comment. Glenn is so nice to do that, Steve.
I just felt generous. Yeah. I said, I got to buy him and it was US money I had to pay out and everything. It was worth it. Box set of Nuggets is a favorite. Oh, the Nuggets box sets are freaking fantastic. Such great value. You think they would sell a third hybrid that has the 2 vinyl with the additional CD outtakes? Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. Yeah, you'd think they would for those that want everything in the one format. Or sell the extra CDs as a third package. That'll work too. My sister would love that Monkey CD box set. Well, you could send it to her.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that it's still available because it was limited to like 1,000 copies, or maybe not even that. But yeah, I mean,
first, we have to know here. We're trying to get Sam married off. Is your sister single? Sam maybe should send it to her.
It was my birthday. It was my birthday, so I need,
Yeah.
Gifts.
Maybe not. That great Pumpkin Charlie Brown soundtrack is really nice.
Yeah, the soundtrack itself is fantastic, but
that Yes box set, just say no. But the music's fantastic. A Glenn CD box meltdown.
That's not uncommon, John.
That was a very Canadian argument. Yeah. I'm sorry, Larry. Well, I'm sorry, Glenn.
I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, Glenn.
Yeah, it's okay, Larry. It's all fine. I am sorry, too.
I'll buy you a Timmy's. I'll buy you a Timmy's.
I have the 88 Beatles collection, 16. Oh, yeah, that roll top thing. Remember that? Does the Clash box set include Cut the Crap?
No. They've disowned that.
Oh, what is Cut the Crap? Enlighten us.
It was one without with just Joe Strummer on it, not the rest of the band.
Oh yeah, it's
and
not
it wasn't
very
very good. No. It wasn't good.
Did Pill put out a box set entitled Box Set? I'm not sure. I don't know the band Pill, but Rob Walker did his 10 favorite UK bands today, and Pill was
Public Image Limited. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know them. What are they? Kind of like a pop band, or?
Yeah, Johnny Rodden. If that's that was his
okay.
band. Yeah,
all right.
It was good band.
Mike Oldfield box is an incredible listen front to back. Are you guys familiar with his Omadon album? No, but here I go, slam. Here I go being Glenn again. But I can't. Tubular Bells is like one of the. I can't listen to it. The Glockenspiel. Stop it. Pretentious. The Beatles set is $600 on eBay. Which one? Would that be the
roll top?
The roll top. Really?
Oh, the roll top.
Steppenwolf Columbia years. Larry has that, I think.
Yeah, right here. I've actually got both of their box sets, and they're both excellent.
Wow.
I have the Yes High.
What I like too is, if there's a gatefold, then they'll have a gatefold duplicate like this one here. The Dickmobile, Glenn.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
For ladies only. Yeah, they're really well done.
This I would have liked to have gotten this set, this Japanese 6 SACD box set from 2000. Sounds pretty good and was very affordable when it was released. Yeah, that was that's the one I missed out on. Beach Boys Smile box set is stunning.
Yeah, that's a grail. I'd love to have it.
I had that when it came out, and it was it. Yeah,
was that on CD or that was on CD?
I had the box set, the CD box set, and it's like a frame with the.
Yeah,
I had it, and I had no interest in it. I ended up selling it.
Yeah, that's a grail for me.
Yeah.
Wow. When the Cosmic Treaties box set coming out, I don't know. We're getting together in August. Maybe we'll discuss our first album series.
I was gonna say it's been about a year because Glenn was at my house a year ago today on his way back from Florida.
Wow! Happy anniversary, Sam.
Indeed.
My sister was a teenager back then and madly in love with Davy Jones.
Mm.
Oh, so I guess she's kind of a little old for you, Sam. Forget, don't send her the box set.
Right?
Maybe Sam likes older women. You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
A sugar mama, maybe.
I bought Tubular Bells on CD recently. Don't get the hype, honestly. Yeah, Briar, I'm in your.
Well, that kind of leads to a question here because I've got an album here that it's not in my top 5 for box sets, but it's one in terms of like hype with box sets. And I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. I've got this one. The daddy here.
The most hyped box set in the history of box sets.
The Rolling Stones in mono. It came out.
Get it. You got to get it right away. It's gonna go sell. It's gonna sell out. It's gonna be expensive.
I will say it is still quite expensive to find it, but it stuck around for a while.
I could buy one right now for $450 Canadian off Amazon.ca.
Well, I mean, I didn't pay. I paid.
Which would be what in American? $105,
something like that.
But are there other box sets that y'all jumped on? Oh, wait, obviously, I mean, we see those Amazon sales all the time, like the Bob Dylan fragments that I know a lot of people took advantage of. That was like $30 for the full version. Do you feel like you need to buy the box set the day that it's announced? Like, do you feel like you need to put that pre-order out, or are you now at the point where you can just wait?
Only if I think it's going to be so limited, but I don't see them selling out.
Well, like for example, like for Patience, for example, like this year we're very likely probably going to hear about Rubber Soul coming out by the Beatles. Are you going to pre-order that, or do you think you'll be patient and wait?
No, I'm not pre-ordering it because I pre-ordered Revolver and got burned on it because it took forever to get here. And it shipped out of the U.S., so I paid a fortune for shipping, paid a fortune for duties when I could have got it at my local record store.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for what Amazon had at a pre-order price, I walked over to the mall store, drove over to the mall store and bought it like $20 or $30 cheaper than it was advertised on Amazon.
Well, that's what was so funny with that to bring Dylan back, because Glenn, I think you're the one that mentioned the other website that had that set about $30 cheaper than it went for retail, and then 3 months later it's on Amazon for $30.
Yeah,
it's like that was, what was it? That was cheaper than like the 2 album set by like $60 or $70.
Yeah, you can usually tell. Like I was on Steve Hoffman music site the other day, and I'm kind of, as a jazz fan, I like Charles Mingus.
Yeah,
his album I'm a big fan of.
Love it.
And he's got an 8 LP box set coming out on June 23rd, actually on my birthday. And people were mentioning on the Steve Hoffman site in the States that Canada, Amazon.ca, was selling an 8 LP set for $127. And people are jumping all over it because U.S. funds, that's like $80 probably. And so I went and I pre-ordered it. And going, they must have made a mistake. How can you sell an 8 record set for $127? So I've got it on pre-order for that price.
Well, again, that's like, I mean, that Let It Be set, the Beatles. I mean, I just bought the deluxe. I had it on CD. I bought it when it came out, but then that album went out on deepdiscount.com. It was $44 before shipping. 5 LPs, and then the whole 200-page book.
Yeah. Well, there was the whole fiasco with that Rolling Stones set that on Amazon UK. That's what got me all pissed off with that set. Is when
it ticked me off too.
They had it for like $200. I was getting it landed here for like $300, and then they said, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to sell it now," and they canceled the orders.
Or then they sent me Guns N' Roses on CD instead of Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But the Use Your Illusion set.
Yeah,
that was a debacle. But anyway,
Rob.
Yeah. Are we showing like just one at a time?
Whatever. Yeah, just
like top 5.
Do your thing, whatever.
I got 5 here. So what do I want to show? The first 2
here. So whatever you want to show.
Just show.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Show it. Whatever.
All right.
It doesn't have to be in any order.
All right. This one is actually, I don't have a ton of CD stuff, but this one here.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the Blue Rodeo box that came out in, when did this come out? Like about almost 10 years ago now. And it's 1987 to 93. So it's their first 5 albums. And I said earlier, if it's just going to be a collection of albums, I really got to like the band. Well, it's my favorite band, but there's also some extra stuff. So the first thing they did is they remastered the albums, the first 5 albums, which is great. Updated the packaging. It's the original artwork, but they put them in nicer jackets than the shitty CD jewel cases. But for me, what I liked about this is they took the first album, the debut Outskirts, and they remastered it. But then Greg, who's one of the frontmen, singer-songwriters, he took the album and he remixed it. And so on this, there's the original album, and then there's Greg's more modern remix.
I have that as an independent, separate.
Yeah, and I've got it on vinyl. I actually prefer the remix to the original.
Yeah.
The other thing they did is Casino, which is their 3rd album.
Yeah.
There's an entire second disc of all demos from the sessions, which is great. And then there's a little book, but then there's an entire disc of, they call it odds and ends. So it's some demos, some outtakes, and some songs that had previously been unreleased. So I liked this because, it was a remaster of really what the prime of their career was. They're still going, but their early albums are the best. And it had some unreleased stuff. So I like this one. Another one, this was the first box set I ever bought, and I bought it for my dad, who's no longer with us, but I reclaimed it after he passed. But this is the band. This is it's called Across the Great Divide. It came out in 1994. It's great packaging. It's just like a CD long box. There's 3 CDs in it, and then there's a book. But what I like about this is it's like a career spanning retrospective. So you've got 2 discs, which basically covers their career from, the first album, Music from Big Pink, all the way through to the end of The Last Waltz, which is all great. I mean, I have that stuff on CD anyway, and I have it on vinyl. But it's kind of like an anthology sort of thing. But for me, the thing that was really interesting was the 3rd disc, which was all previously unreleased stuff. So it's stuff when they were Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks. And then there was stuff when they were Levon Helm and the Hawks. And then there was just some unreleased live stuff and some stuff from The Last Waltz that up at the point when this was released in 94, a couple of these Last Waltz songs hadn't been released. So, a lot of, rare and unreleased stuff. So my first box set, which was a gift to my dad because it was one of his favorite bands, and I'm glad that I still have it. So
here's a question that comes from the Blue Rodeo set. Just a general question. You buy a box set, let's say it's limited box set, and then should they be releasing the albums separately? Like when they released the Beatles mono box, should they have sold the Beatles mono record separately, or that Blue Rodeo
I think so.
one? Why buy the box set if you can get the CDs individually?
Right, and I think Blue Rodeo did that well. Actually, they did release the CDs individually, but if you bought the box set, you got the little book. Who gives a shit about the little book in this instance? But you got the odds and ends disc with all of the live and bonus stuff, which I don't believe was released individually. So there was a little carrot in there that, you want the extra thing you bought to buy the box. You mentioned the Beatles mono box. I wish I had bought it at the time. I didn't. I bought all the albums individually. So I have everything that's in the mono box. I just don't have the box, and I just don't have the book, which I really wish that I did. But I like making that available for folks because at the time I couldn't afford the mono box. So if they weren't available individually, I wouldn't have been able to get those albums. It was easier for me to pop $25 at a time over, a couple months. So it still makes it so folks can get that music. Or if you're not, if you're only a casual fan and you want one or two of them, but you don't necessarily want every album, yeah, I think you should make it available. But for those that buy the box, there should be an extra little nugget in there to make it worthwhile buying the box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Golden Earring box set may be my fave. Has all 25. Cool. Wow, that's a big box.
That's a big box.
And 3 discs of B-sides. Wow, 28 albums.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Do you have that, Larry?
No.
It's a lot of earrings.
Best box set I've ever seen was U-Haul box jam with all Rick Astley's LPs.
No humor in this live chat.
Yeah.
No, none whatsoever.
I thought he was serious. I have the Buffalo Springfield box set from 2001. It's great. Lots of unreleased tracks. I have that too. Yeah, that's really good. It has their first 3 albums plus all kinds of stuff in there. Larry, have you picked up all the Golden Earring Red Bullet CDs?
Nope.
And what are Red Bullet CDs?
I don't know.
But I love releasing anniversary box sets.
I've ordered those.
Yeah,
they're not box sets, but they're remastered finally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any cheap Beatles box set that you think I would like? Cheap?
The red and blue would be good, right?
Yeah, just the compilation albums, red and blue album, if you're looking for like a hits comp. Or just a box set. I think the Beatles sets are pretty pricey.
They don't really drop, yeah.
And I think even the CD versions of the stereo and mono box are getting really pricey.
Yeah.
And the problem, if you're looking for the mono one, it is highly pirated over in China. So if you're buying one on the secondary market, be careful.
Yeah. If you see one for $99 on eBay, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
It is definitely counterfeit. I have the Sparks Vinyl Island box set.
Cool, Tom.
Which is that now, Larry?
That came out a few years back. I think 5 albums from their early years. Yeah.
Steve Music Sanctuary. School's out in Killer, but they were just expanded editions. Okay, that's what Larry was just saying. I don't have any of the box sets of Grateful Dead, but I can come to your rescue. Grateful Dead make the best box sets in terms of art.
Yeah.
They're pieces of art. And what's good about, they focus on tours or a certain set of shows or whatever, but they're always so beautiful. And the good thing about the Dead shows, like I bought the Humble Pie live at the Fillmore box set. It's 4 CDs, but it's all 4 shows. But the sets are all the same, and they're pretty much identical. So you got 4 CDs of pretty much the same stuff. Well, with the Grateful Dead, they mix up their sets, and they never play the same song pretty much twice, the same leads and everything. So it's always never repetitive, and they're always like extensive. This is kind of the coolest one. The Pacific Northwest set, which was designed by an indigenous artist. And it's just a beautiful set. It's like 17 CDs, and it comes with a massive book, all kinds of little goodies, and I think it's like 17 CDs in here, but really just solid. This is heavy duty, this thing. So they do make amazing box sets.
Now here's another question, and it might be a hot topic, but a set like that, 17 CDs. How many times have you listened to that?
I'll pull out a CD and just to sit and pull out that set and just enjoy it all day. Never, but I'll pull a CD out from it and just grab a different one and throw it on. I don't even look at the set list to see which one. I just kind of grab one.
Yep.
Yeah. But
that's like a big thing with box sets is that you listen to it a couple times and then you go back and when you put all this money into it, you kind of feel obligated that you need to listen to it a few times. But at the end of the day, you just want to hear the remastered album or one set of outtakes.
I agree.
Yeah.
You make a good point, Sam, because for all my bitching about the White Album that I had to buy the CD one so that I could have the extra stuff, I think I've probably listened to those session discs twice.
Yeah.
But But for that box, like the other Beatles box sets, the outtakes and all that, yeah, I listened once or twice. But I think for the White Album, those sessions, I love those sessions.
No, I love the Escher demos. They're fantastic.
Those aren't even my favorite. I like the
really,
other, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like the electric.
I'm Guilty and all that stuff, and Not Guilty or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, though, like I know Larry's a big fan of the McCartney Archives sets, but they're pretty pricey. I mean, they're $200-300. But you know what? It's not enough music and too much stuff. Like, I don't need.
Glenn, you are missing out on a small book of sheep.
Yeah.
That's worth $300, Glenn.
Yeah. Well, Larry, I'm getting excited. Well, that's not so bad then.
And this is another really nice box set. That one there.
But it's just like, how often do you open it up and look at the book?
Once a year.
That's really
okay. How about this for a box set? One more that I've got here, and you've got it too, Glenn. And it's pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $70 or $80.
Yeah, that was good value. There's
with
like
lots of, not just those albums, but down here there's more. So there's like 12 or 13.
How many CDs are in that? About 17, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. For like $70-$80.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was good value. There's no doubt. Yeah. Really, it's all about the music, but it's nice to have the trinkets in it. Like I guess the most excessive, most bloated one of all time, the poster child, has to be the All Things Must Pass Uber set.
Oh gosh.
For $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, you get a piece of George Harrison's, tree.
And what are those people doing with it now? It's just sitting there.
If people,
right?
I wonder if that thing, if you could sell that if you.
They're still available. They're still out there. Like,
are they
the same price?
Yep. And really, the George Harrison, whatever you want to call it, doesn't even really look like him.
No, and there's little figures of the gnomes and that was really over the top.
The other one that comes to mind when I think of over extravagant when it comes to box sets is the McCartney singles one that came in the wooden crate, and it had 80 individual.
It was the same kind of thing.
That's most recent. That's a more recent one.
Well, he also did that with like the Egypt Station thing.
Yeah,
like the suitcase.
Yeah,
which was before the George Harrison, and then of course, obviously not the box set, but McCartney 3. How many variants came out of that?
I don't know if there's anybody else, but the Beatles can get away with that because they know there's obsessive Beatle fans that are just complete.
Taylor Swift.
They're going to buy everything. Taylor Swift might be another one.
Hey, careful.
Well, it's not a slam. It's just it's actually a compliment. There's only certain artists that can get away with that.
No, it's a slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a big Sparks fan. I wouldn't buy a Sparks Uber, whatever. No interest in them. No. It's mainly about the music, right?
Yeah. But then, here's me with my caravan box.
Yeah.
But this is packed full of music, even though it's packed full of crap too. It is 36 CDs.
Holy moly!
Demos and live concerts, and then it's even got all the existing band members' autographs. Like this is only limited to 250 sets or something. It's a small number.
Yeah.
And it's sold for
Glenn,
like
Glenn is giving it away on his channel.
Yeah, Glenn's gonna mail it to the next person who comments in the comments.
He's gonna give it to Steve.
No, this goes to the grave with me. This one, I love it.
That'll be the pillow in your coffin.
Yeah. That is it. Larry, what do you got?
That's it.
Okay, let me see if I got any more. I don't have any bucks. That's grateful. Okay, we've already done that. Thanks for that AWS. A friend has mentioned that to me the other day over coffee. He said he read it online somewhere. What's the AWS?
All around the stage. He was responding to one of Steve's comments.
Oh, yeah, I've got the blue album. Got it for $10 from a friend. Okay, so he's already got that.
So then you need red.
On vinyl. So now you need the red.
There
Red
you go.
Bullet is Earring's record label and management. Okay.
Cool.
What is the weirdest thing that you have heard being included in a box set?
Not a box set, but I know some people have done like, I want to say even maybe it might have been Black Sabbath or somebody like put like their own blood like in a record or something like that.
Kiss did that with a comic book.
Yeah.
They had like they put their actual blood in the
Supposedly,
sleeve
yeah.
of a comic.
Really?
Yeah.
Kiss DNA.
I would just
Wow.
feel dirty after touching it.
That would, yeah. I don't know if I'd want to touch that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't know where Gene Simmons has been. I don't even know if I'd want to shake his hand if I saw him on the street.
He's been to thousands of places.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. American Beauty and In the Dark, both great. Both book and studio albums from the Dead. But I like them both, too. I still play Elton John To Be Continued box regularly.
Well, speaking of Elton John, that's the kind of the first box set that I have here, like my favorites. Where this one came out a couple, what year was it? 2022, I guess. The Madman, which is cool. It's kind of like a textured cover. Again, it's the CD set. You have the original album with bonus cuts, which are from a live broadcast with the BBC. Some of them are. Disc 2, the demos, which are fantastic. It's essentially like Elton on piano only. They're just fantastic. And then disc 3, you have the BBC Sounds for Saturday show where he does 8 out of the 9 tracks from Madman. Then you have the Blu-ray. But what's so cool about this, and I know, I mean, kind of the goodies are kind of what they overcharge you for, but this set, the poster that came with the set is just beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, Elton John, Madman Across the Water. And then obviously, it comes with the book, full on with great material in here. Tour posters, things like that.
And Sam's wearing the Elton John wig that they put in the box.
Indeed.
Wow.
Right. I always wear it.
You should see the boots he's got on.
They look like Donald Duck's feet. And then, the CDs are in here. So, but that's great because, I mean, listening to Elton just on piano for those demos, I mean, some of those are just as good.
That would be cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean, this was, again, reasonably priced, and I'm almost certain that they're going to put out a similar box set for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road later this year. They did the Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player for Record Store Day, but it was just a 2-record set with some extra cuts on it. It wasn't a box set.
Did they do one for? They didn't do anything for Tumbleweed Connection. I don't think did they.
Not that I know of. They did a 2-disc Honky Chateau.
Yeah.
That just came out this year. But obviously Honky Chateau's anniversary was last year, but there are all sorts of production delays and things like that. But Elton John's camp, they do it right with a lot of these sets. So that's kind of like my number, I guess 5-ish, depending on how we go about doing this.
I like this box set that I got. It's Zappa's, like what's considered his kind of best album, I think, is Hot Rats from '69, and this is the Hot Rats Sessions. I know Larry had this for a while. I think you got rid of it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
But if you're like a true fan, this starts off from the basic backing tracks, like maybe just a piano playing through, and then slowly builds as he and takes you through 6 discs of building the album. Like it's a history lesson on making a record.
But talk about, stupid stuff that's inside that.
Oh yeah, the game.
Right? Yeah, there's a game in there.
Yeah, there's
that's
a Frank
just
Zappa
totally
game in here.
stupid.
But the disc itself, like all the discs come in a hardcover, like looks like an album. And then the obligatory book. And what the heck was this? This is the Frank Zappa board game.
It's a stupid board game thing.
Jeez.
Now, the worst one that Zappa did is the Halloween release.
The Mask.
I should have brought one of those to show.
Oh yeah, you wear that every Halloween.
It's like a 4-disc set of great performances, but you have to pay for a stupid Halloween mask, like in this big bloated box, like, which makes it really expensive. It's like $100 and some when it should really be like 60, 70, $80.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a piss off when they put stupid stuff in to inflate the price that no one wants. Another peeve.
Say, Rob, what's another one you have?
Well, I'm going to go the opposite route. You know, we're all talking about box sets that have all kinds of extra stuff and goodies. I've got one box set here that I love that is as bare bones as you could possibly get. And this is the Eagles Live from the Forum in, 2018. It's 4 LPs. Sorry. Yeah, 4 LPs. There is a 2 LP edition that you can buy, but this is the 4 LP box. There's no book in it. There's no extras in it. It is literally a box with
Just
4
4
records in it. But here's the reason that I love it, and I listen to this very frequently. I'm a huge Eagles fan. I love live recordings, whether it's the Eagles or anybody else.
Yeah,
I love live performances over studio performances. And what I especially love about this is the only commercially released Eagles recording of the lineup that includes Deacon Fry and Vince Gill.
Yep.
Deacon Fry is fine. Vince Gill is friggin' fantastic. It's a box set that doesn't have any. There's no extra stuff that is what I've said is one of my requirements, but this is kind of the exception to the rule for me. It's live. It's a lineup of the band. This is the only way you can hear Vince Gill with the Eagles. So for me, this is a fantastic box set, and I listen to it a lot.
Does Vince Gill get to show off his guitar skills on there?
He does.
Great guitar.
Yep. Great guitar. Vastly underrated guitar player.
Yeah.
If you ever look up, there's a great video on YouTube where he shows his acoustic Martin collection. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
the
really?
guitars that he owns.
Yeah. He's a fantastic guitar player.
And of course, I had to buy the 4 LP version because on bands that I really like, I'm a completist. So I don't want the two LP version because I know that there's still 2 more LPs out there. So I just spring for the 4 LP.
That'd be interesting to hear, actually.
It's really good. It's really good. I'd venture to say it's the best Eagles Live album because there's about 4 Eagles Live albums now, and I think it's the best one.
Wow, that's saying a lot. Good point, Sam. I have box sets I've listened to only one time, but they're anytime I want to listen to them, and some of them are almost a piece of art. At least that's what my wife tells me. I'm sure she wasn't talking about you personally, Steve, that you're a piece of art.
No, that would be a piece of work.
Yeah. Oh, Genesis Studio Outtakes box set. No official outtakes released yet. Oh, really? Interesting. That you would think they would have all kinds of stuff out. A massive vinyl Led Zeppelin road case box set. Got to be the biggest. Yeah, that thing's
that's right.
Incredible. Yeah. I think Mazzy had one for sale. Noble Records has a great review of it. How many Zeppelin box sets have there been? Quite a few, actually.
For every studio album, I think. Right?
And plus, they had a Led Zeppelin collection. I think there was one from Japan that I owned, and I sold it off. And there was another. There's quite a few, actually. And the ones they put out, like Larry said, for each individual album. What song begins with the lyrics, "I was riding on the Mayflower when I thought I spied some land"?
Bob Dylan's Dream. Right?
Yes.
I was going to say that.
Oops, stump us. Come on, John. You got to come up with something
And
better.
then, of course, he laughed at the end.
Kramer's coffee table goes nicely with box. Yeah.
And it's the coffee table that becomes
it turns into a coffee table.
That's right.
This guy is bonkers.
115th. There we go. 115th Street. I saw Elton John as
man.
Wow, that's incredible.
Holy man.
That was when he was a trio with Dee and Nigel.
Do you like live performance with or without the crowd? Without the crowd.
I like
with the crowd.
I like it
without the crowd.
With.
I want to hear the performance.
Well, if they do the mixing right, it's supplemental.
If they keep the crowd, but some albums they focus on the crowd. It's like it's
I don't
really
like
distracting.
That.
And the other thing I don't want to hear in a live album is the chatter between songs. Like it gets the first time you hear it, it's interesting. After 10 times, it's like stop it.
Although I like it on like the Mike and Mickey show record.
Yeah, it's okay on that.
They tell the stories.
I like the way Jackson Browne did it on his acoustic live CDs. Is that the chatting between songs is done on separate tracks, so you can skip it on a CD if you want to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The Doors got some good box sets. I don't have any Doors box sets. I would like to get an album. I think the only Doors album I have on vinyl is LA Woman. Everything else is just on regular CDs. I guess there will be a Taylor Swift complete recordings one day. I'm sure there will.
She's got a long way to go, I think, before she's ready to hang it up and put one of those out, but I'll buy it when it does.
And speaking of complete recordings, what a segue.
I planned it that way for you, Glenn.
Thank you.
That's why we have rehearsal on Tuesday nights.
This is all
when Rob's going to get as soon as he sees it. Bob Dylan.
Oh,
Recordings, Volume 1.
Well, I hope you gift that to me.
Fantastic box.
I need a footstool.
Look at this thing. Like 40, what would that be? 42 albums or something like that?
41.
That's impressive.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah.
I had that box set.
Incredible. It's the best one for like a complete. If you're talking about wanting an artist's complete catalog, you can't get better than that. It's amazing.
I'll say for me, like kind of I guess next up on my list. This is interesting, and Glenn, you might like this actually, being a jazz guy. This is Everybody Still Digs Bill Evans. It came out in 2020. Again, it's a craft recording, and for one thing, it's like a velvet book, it's like a velvet cover. And of course, Bill Evans, the jazz pianist.
Yeah.
It doesn't go. It's not like it doesn't go in order for retrospective. It's 5 discs, but he's got stuff on here, that dates back to the 50s. Well, from 1956 to 1980, it's a retrospective, and then of course, it's a full booklet in there as well with all sorts of images and things like that. This little gray piece is an Obi strip, so it comes off, and it has again the track listing on the back there. But I mean, they've got everything from unofficial live, unreleased live performances. They have a couple of vocal tracks with like Tony Bennett when Tony Bennett did it, but it's mostly just instrumental piano from the 50s onward, and it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, Bill Evans' albums aren't exactly ones that you see often, so to have 60-ish, 70 songs.
Was that expensive?
I don't know what it is now. I mean, when I bought it, it was $60, $70.
Oh, that's good. That's affordable.
But I mean, this is everything you'd want from Bill Evans if you don't want it. If you're not a completist, I mean, it's more than enough Bill Evans for me. And he does the song Nardis, which kind of became his signature song, the Miles Davis tune.
Great song.
How Deep is the Ocean? Someday My Prince Will Come. From Snow White, My Funny Valentine. So this is an absolutely fantastic jazz set. And again, it's craft recordings, just like the Vince Guaraldi set, and they always do just stellar work. So I highly recommend Everybody Still Digs Bill Evans.
Very cool.
Yeah, look for it, Glenn, if you can. It's probably
box.
It's probably not.
Is that basically what's the instrumental lineup like? Is it just guitar, bass, or piano, bass, and drums?
Yeah, it's like your traditional jazz trio or quartet. Yeah.
Very cool.
Not even that much guitar, if I can remember. Like not a whole lot of guitar, mostly piano.
Justin, I got the Bill Evans box set last year. It's awesome, but very expensive. Huh.
Really? The one that I just showed, Justin?
Wow. Maybe it's if they're limited, they go out and then they jump in price. Is there a boxcar Willie box set out there? Dan's a pretty funny guy. I bought a box set of 10 albums of the Glenn Miller years back in 1969, put out by Reader's Digest. It's really as good as it has all the big bands from that era. Uh-oh, John's got to stump us.
Oh, gosh.
What song contains the lyrics, guess I've got that old traveling bone because this feeling won't leave me
Oh,
alone.
that's easy.
Guess I got this old
As long as I can see the light by Creedence.
I bought AP Riverside albums box set. It's $900. Whoa. That's pretty cool. How many albums are in there for $900? I got to ask.
I'd be living in the garage if my wife found out I spent $900 on the record.
Wow. That's insane. That's pretty cool, though. But if you're into it, if that's your only hobby, like I look at when I spend money on records and CDs and whatever like that. I don't drink. I don't smoke. We don't go out for supper that often. I don't go to the movies. It's not like I have a life where I'm traveling the world and spending that's what I do with my money.
But you're giving away CD players.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got so much extra money. I just give away CD players. You just have to ask, Larry. If I would have known you wanted a CD player,
I'll think it over.
The Pink Floyd Animals box set just gives you 3 versions of the same content. Yeah, that's three versions too many for me.
Pink Floyd doesn't do their sets right.
They don't.
And that's probably it probably all comes down to the 2 surviving key players.
Because they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Then they just say, oh, just put it out.
That's why it took like 5 years for us to get the new Animals remix is because of the liner notes.
Yeah, there's no You're right, Heap. Everyday Rocks box set is nice. You even get a T-shirt. Records are picture discs and not regular. Yeah. See, picture discs don't sound that. I mean, colored vinyl sounds okay these days, but picture discs always the quality on a picture disc isn't good enough.
I don't own a single one.
I think I got 3 or 4.
I love this TV show. Sam, I'm entering your new contest. Sam, well, we got a few minutes. Sam just announced a contest today. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I've got a contest for no reason other than to do it. I want you to show 5 CDs, records, whatever, that somebody that's kind of new to your channel might be surprised that are in your collection. So, for example, I mean, Glenn, he's such a huge ABBA fan, but it would be kind of a surprise if he were to show a Caravan record, No, so like for me, I mean, because I mostly show, songwriters and that sort of thing, Beatles, that sort of, and, I showed, a grunge
You showed a
album.
Coldplay album where they do Turkish music or something. They do Middle Eastern.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's like their world album. Yeah,
That seemed weird because I know you're not a big fan of world music.
I'm not, but I mean, obviously one of my favorite records of all time is Graceland by Paul Simon. So it kind of reminds me of that. I mean, I showed grunge, I showed, hip hop, I showed punk, things that I don't normally show. And there's a $30 Amazon card up for grabs. It ends at the end of June. And again, I'm not asking for anything. There's not really a subscriber goal. There's not really I'm not trying to hit some sort of milestone. It's just to do it because I haven't done it in a while, and I kind of thought of it on a whim. So
part of we should do that. That's the reverse contest. You should do like George Costanza, just do the opposite.
Yeah,
you say you have to unsubscribe from my channel.
Right. Remove all of your past comments from my channel.
You have to unsubscribe and never comment or give me a thumbs up.
Slander me.
And whoever wins has to pay you.
Yeah,
right. That's the kicker. Yeah. And once I announce the winner, then I shut my channel down. Yeah. So, but yeah, thank you, Rachel. I will look out for it. Just be sure to let me know because it'll get lost on my homepage if I'm trying to find everybody's entry. So just comment on any of my videos.
I should invite Rachel up because we haven't had her on for a while. I'm going to do that.
I'm leaving soon, Glenn. I'm tired and I'm sore. I'll be on for a few more minutes.
Let me tell you, one of my favorites, again, just kind of go through here. We mentioned
Rachel,
Dylan.
I just posted the link if you'd like to join us for a few minutes.
We mentioned Dylan. This is my favorite of the bootleg series box sets. It's the Another Self-Portrait, which I know gave a lot of people a new retrospective of the self-portrait era. It also covers like New Morning and the Basement Tapes. I listened to this like a full record. I mean, this is the extended version, which has 2 discs of alternates and demos, and then you have disc 3, which is the whole Isle of Wight concert that he did with the band. It was his first show in about 2.5, 3 years after his motorcycle accident. And then you have the remastered self-portrait. But this is one of those, I had it on the 2-disc set and loved it so much that I finally found it on Amazon. I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy it.
It's a great set.
I did.
One of the best ones for sure.
It's still my favorite of the series. And this is
we should do a video and rank those one day, Sam.
Volume 10. Yeah, let's do it, Glenn.
Yeah. There she is. Hi, Rachel.
Hello. And Sue's right next to me, caulking. She's caulking. I just moved her. Look at this. This is a disaster.
Congratulations. This is like a housewarming party.
I'm in Nanaimo. Americans don't know how to pronounce Nanaimo, so we're Nanaimo. Hi, panel. Hi, vinyl community. Sue, say hi to the vinyl community. It's Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Glenn Fritz. Look, it's Stud Muffin. It's Larry. You love him.
Hello.
She has a big crush on you, Larry. She's been a fan for quite some time.
Same as Glenn.
Oh yeah, you'll have to fight me for him.
Uh-oh. Indian leg wrestle. I always have an advantage with that. Yes. Anyway, Sam, I'm going to enter your contest.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think there's any entries. I mean, it's only about a 3-hour-old contest, so.
Yeah, I just got a notification, so I said, "Oh, what's this? A contest?"
I've already pulled out my Plateau albums. So
yeah, if you don't enter, you can't win, right? Well, Glenn, what is this? Your 14th room tour video also is gracing your channel. I saw that.
Yeah. Well, whenever my videos start just getting like 200 viewers, I do a room tour.
Yeah, they'll boost it right up. Don't people love room tours? So I'll do one when we're all done here too, Glenn.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. You get into the 4 figures when you do a room tour.
Yeah. True that.
It's better. It's almost as good as doing a short, Rachel.
Yeah, my shorts are going. My shorts. It sounds horrible. My YouTube shorts are doing pretty good, Glenn. I just did Thunderball.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I keep singing Thunderball to her. It's driving her nuts. Thunderball. Tom Jones, fantastic. Holy smokes.
I know you're into bluegrass. Is there a good bluegrass box set? No, not that I'm aware of. Unfortunately,
not that I'm aware of.
I'm sure there are. I think that Bear Family Records.
Yeah,
they used to do a lot of box sets and focus on like flattened Scruggs or something like that. So I'm sure there are some, but I don't have any
because there's not the market's not out there, and they're not a market that's willing to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, and I'm not really into like compilations. I'm more focused on individual artists. So there are a lot of comps out there for Bill Monroe and whatever.
Did you all say what you're all like? Do you all have a favorite box set? I mean, I know we kind of are.
It's one thing we didn't say.
No, we didn't really hit that.
Larry? Yes.
Favorite one?
I would say for music-wise, the Beatles' White Album, because I love all those sessions.
I would say the Beatles mono box.
Right there,
probably, might be the best one, but favorite?
See, everybody.
Yeah.
Sam, we're Beatle people. Larry, we're all Beatle people here.
You know it's not mine.
Anybody have any Iron Maiden in their collections?
No.
Seriously, how heavy you get? Well, Larry's up to 285, I think.
Yeah, I got Maiden.
I don't have any Iron Maiden.
No.
I get, how heavy do I get? Probably Black Sabbath is my heavy.
Black Sabbath and Motorhead for me.
Black Sabbath for me.
See, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of doom metal. There's one of our guys, vinyl community people, did a Dimicus Metallicus or something. This is like Candlemass. I've got them. They're pretty all the doom metal. So Candlemass, St. Vitus. I grabbed a whole bunch of this stuff way out of my wheelhouse. And but I did it because I like Tom so much. Who's the host of Sin Arcadia Productions, the name of his channel. He reminds me of Orson Welles. He's got this gravitas about him and his delivery of communication. He's a wonderful guy. So I did his contest and I bought up specifically just for him all
Wow.
these doom metal CDs, to do the and Master Reality, which is Black Sabbath. They say that's kind of the start of the whole doom metal thing. Hi, Tim over at Music Sanctuary.
Velvet Underground did box sets on all 45th. They couldn't wait 5 years. All the 45th.
Yeah.
They have a lot of box sets, don't they? I have a life alert necklace, so if I ever get a life, I'll get notified immediately. I was telling Larry the start of the thing here. I'm reading Sting's autobiography, and it just focuses on his childhood up to when he gets into the police. That's as far as it goes in the book. And he's got some funny stories, but one when he first was getting in a band, this guy said to him, "What do you call a guy who hangs around with musicians all the time?" A drummer.
Yeah, I know. We know. Anybody who's been around a band knows that's a classic.
Will do, Sam.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel, there's somebody like you.
That is cool. How do you do that? How do you do that? She does that with her mind.
Wow.
Jeez, I'm crazy. Oh boy, there's.
John's asking the trivia question. It's time for Stump Us.
Okay.
What song contains the lyrics? You put up the walls and paint them all a shade of gray, and I stood there loving you and wished them all away. Whoa,
that's familiar.
I'm sure it's Billy Joel.
Stumped the panel.
Yeah, this is stumping me. But I'm not the best for lyrics, I gotta tell you.
Dancing Queen
for me.
Yeah, it's an ABBA song. It's got.
I'm like Billy Joel because it's John.
Oh yeah, that's true too. John, you got us stumped. Oh, Stardust is such a great Willie Nelson album. It must sound fantastic on.
We're talking about like the best sets. I've got two, and they're from the same band. Just because, again, his camp does it so well, whether you like him or not. They don't put out filler, in my opinion. Number two for me is going to be Live at the Fillmore.
Oh yeah,
by Tom Petty. Again, 4 discs of just fantastic live performances, all the covers and everything else. And then, what's going on, Rob?
I'm embarrassed about John Stump Us because I should know the answer and none of you guys will.
Was it Taylor Swift?
Yep. I suck at lyrics.
That's the reason why I don't listen to it. Yeah.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm so sorry.
Me neither.
I am. I should.
No, I don't feel so bad about missing it.
I said I knew it was familiar, but I couldn't place it.
To me, this is the greatest box set that's ever been made.
Really, the Wildflowers one.
Wildflowers, excuse me. I mean, I don't think there's a single dud track because
that's a great set. I have the album set.
You have the album, then you have, and we were talking about earlier about albums that were released individually after the box set. All of these discs came out later because you have Wildflowers as one disc, and then you have all the rest, which were like it was 10 other cuts that either showed up on the She's the One soundtrack, which is the follow-up album, or were never released. You have the home recording demos, essentially, that Tom Petty did, 15 of those. You have Wildflowers Live, which is 14 out of the 15 tracks from Wildflowers that he did throughout his career, right up to the last tour in 2017. And then you have alternate versions of Wildflowers, which, again, some of those songs didn't make it onto the album either. And it's, this was also numbered. This was like a Kenneth List certificate. It showed you, this was number 4806 out of like 10,000. And there are posters and little patches and things like that I won't get out. But to me, I can listen to this. When I listen to this, I listen to all 5 discs. I don't just pick and choose. This is one, every disc is worth something. So to me, this is the best.
Oh wow, that's very
bar none.
Here's one, the only one left I didn't show, and it's just a compilation disc. It's not like it's my favorite, but it's a really good disc. It's a set, and you can buy it. I see it in used CD stores for like $20 all the frickin' time. The Hitsville, USA.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
4 CDs from 1959 to 1971. It has every Motown song on it you would ever dream of owning. They all sound great. Excellent sound quality and just a fantastic set. 4 CDs. Again, I just saw it the other day for $20. You can't go wrong.
My
Here, I'll
favorite of all time,
Ah,
Pepper
yeah.
Box.
that album's overrated.
Shut up.
That's my
I love
favorite
it.
album. I'm joking.
It's a fantastic box. The packaging kind of
It is.
wears on it pretty easily, but the lenticulated cover is kind of cool. And they put it in like an EMI tape box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the first one that they did, right? So, and
Yeah,
they
it
did a
is.
great job. My only beef, the book is fantastic. It's the first one of those, 150-page hardcover books. They put this in here, which looks exactly like a vinyl record, and it's the same size as a vinyl record, but it's 6 CDs. That's my only beef. The nice thing about it is the amount of bonus content that is in here. Like there's four CDs. There's a whole bunch of session stuff.
Mhm.
I just think that's. I mean, it's my favorite album, but they did a hell of a job on that box set.
Yeah, they did. That's tough. I'm tied between Pepper and the White Album for the best Beatles box sets.
I like the mono Beatles and mono, obviously. But this is kind of a cool one, Off the Beaten Path. Native North American, Volume 1. These are Native American First Nations people. We call them in Canada. I'm a quarter Native myself, proudly representing Cree Nation and the Dene tribe, Shoshone. I'm part Shoshone as well. But kind of unheralded stuff, and it's what's the word for it, but anyway, they go look for it, and it's well curated. That's the word, curated. And another off the beaten path kind of one, apart from the big ones, is this thing. This is kind of cool. This is, that's the back end of it. But this is the Factory Communications, 1978 to 92. So this is Factory in Manchester. This is Joy Division, New Order, in Spiral Carpets, a whole bunch of the Manchester bands and others that were under this label. I think it's an 8-album set, and it's got just a ton of stuff on it. Well worth collecting. If you
That looks really good.
At a reasonable price, right?
How much is that, Rachel?
This thing is probably, I'm going to say, around 130 or so.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This was good.
Oh, that's a great one. I had so I've got that new Steven Wilson set. Oh, that's great too, with all the 80s alternative stuff on it.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite tracks on there is Joy Division's track. I can't remember the song that they have on there, but it's really, I got to listen to Joy Division. I haven't got a clue about them, but I was really impressed by the one song.
Out of Control and Love Will Tear Us Apart are the two big ones that most people kind of know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check those guys out for sure. Hey Rob, got your awesome shirt. Making a video tomorrow with your shirt on.
Nice.
Just don't do it with your shirt off.
What does that mean, Rob?
He asked. I usually wear a Northern Revolution shirt, and Chance has one. So Matt emailed me. He goes, "How do I get a Northern Revolution shirt?" I said, "Send me your address."
Well, how do I get a Northern Revolution shirt?
Send me your address.
Wow. I will.
Is it one that you've worn, Rob?
No. Those cost money.
That's cool. I'll give you a little sweat stain is what I want. Yeah. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue. That's John. Saying hi. Music Talk with John.
Did she finish painting yet, or
no? We're starting tomorrow. We're doing the caulking, but we're doing the the sealing up of cracks and stuff.
Lots of little cracks and bits and bites to fix up first.
And then so we're prepping the wall.
I think we can prime tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Slow going, slugging.
I think the second ever picture disc was by Curved Air. Saw them live a few times and very good with a great female singer. I don't think I'm even familiar with Curved Air.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
So what was the first ever picture disc in the modern era?
What's the modern era?
Yeah.
Well, okay, say from 60s on. I think the first picture disc I ever saw was the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, but that's maybe because I was just focused on that.
Yeah, well, and we both were. Yeah, I would say Beatles too. One of the Beatles ones.
Rachel and Sue getting lots of love.
Tim. Hi, Tim.
Apparently, according to Google, the first modern rock picture disc was an
Let's hear
assortment of artists such as MC5 and The Doors and were released in 1969. It was entitled
69.
Psychedelic Underground. According to
Wow.
Google.
Yep, it was a comp.
Yep.
I wonder if Paul will do some shows. I would think they'd be very select because didn't he say he wasn't going to tour anymore? Dying for the new album to come out.
Okay, watch her.
Yeah, Paul Simon's not going to tour anymore. He just does one-off like festivals.
Yeah.
But the big news is that Ringo announced
Going down to the shop.
he's going to do a country EP with T-Bone Burnett.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're
An
on
EP.
the right
An
side.
EP.
Now
Yeah,
with
he has
EPs already. Put out an album. or
No,
stop
he
it.
said he'll never put out an album again. He's got plans for like 3 EPs this year or something.
He's already finished one. The next one's going to be the T-Bone Burnett one. Yeah.
Oh, and that's
I saw one of his EPs last year at Sam's, and it was like 4 songs, right? $16.99.
Yeah, it's the same price as a CD. Yeah.
and the big news is he's going to have that crappy songwriter Linda Perry on the next one.
She was on the last one too.
Oh Jesus! Get away from her, and maybe you'll come up with something good, Ringo.
Which is a shame because his voice is still just like it always was. you
Yeah.
know?
Billy
83.
writes
He'll
better
be
than that.
83 this year. Can you imagine? Unbelievable.
82. Yeah.
83. He's going 83 this year.
Yeah, he was one
Bob
after 40.
Dylan will be 82 on May 24th.
Yeah.
These guys, we got them for a few more years, and that'll be at their time to shuffle off the
Shame
mortal
on you,
coil.
Rob. It's Taylor Swift's Cold as You.
Yeah, I know. I suck at lyrics.
Speaking of cold, I took me to Cold as Ice. I saw Lou Graham is finally going to tour again with like an
Oh,
all-star
really?
group. Yeah, and he's got a new album coming out.
Wow.
Because I know like around here the big advertisement is for the Foreigner, reissue.
Oh,
Ooh.
Rachel. Where'd you get what is that?
That is a skimpy box set.
I've never seen that box set.
It's English Settlement. It's
One of my favorite albums.
It's on Ape House, and it was released, 2018 or so.
Is that vinyl or CD?
2016.
Vinyl or CD?
Yeah, both. It's got double vinyl, 200 gram, 180 gram, or 200 gram, and then it's got a CD included with it. It's nicely packaged, but as far as things go, it's a little on the skimpy side. You get a little booklet, but it's
One of
nicely
my favorite
packaged.
albums.
I mean, the colors are all nice on it. Tells the story. 1982, 83, 82.
I gotta look for that.
The album. It's very nice. And then there's your CD, comes like that. And then you get another little booklet like this. So it's skimpy, but it's got some stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
And
Very
then
cool.
and then the albums look like this. XTC.
Do you guys think the Beatles Abbey Road set was skimpy?
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to the comment I made about the White Album box set. I bought the vinyl one because I'm a vinyl guy. I want the book. If I want the book, I got to buy the CD box set.
Yeah.
That's my beef.
There wasn't
So they
much.
finally got it. They got it right when they did Let It Be and Revolver, and I hope they continue that format going forward. If they're insistent on doing more box sets, the content should be the same on CD as it is on vinyl.
But give us more. Like, it's not that they didn't do a good job on it, but there could have been more.
There could have been more.
Somebody
Absolutely.
said earlier, why wasn't the Let It Be Naked album included? Why wasn't
Yep.
they could have done all kinds of stuff.
Well,
They could have
and
included the
for all
movie.
for all you guys that are chomping for the Rubber Soul box set, and I know Glenn doesn't think I'm a Beatles fan, but
You're not.
I don't want the rubber. I mean, I'll buy the Rubber
He's
Soul box.
sensitive about that.
I'll buy the Rubber Soul box set because I buy everything the Beatles put out. But really, what the hell are we going to get in there to justify making
You're
it
going to get
worthwhile?
exactly the same you got in the Revolver box set. You're going to
Which
get a
is
few
not
outtakes,
enough,
and you're
but-
going to get a mono copy of the album and a stereo copy.
I already have a mono copy of the
Yeah,
album.
but that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, but I'm going to stupidly
Just
buy it
for
anyway.
Larry.
I've got that. Yeah.
I know.
love
I
it.
did it just for you, Larry.
Yeah. Yep.
Larry is champion. There's a few bands Larry really champions. One of them is Sparks. Lou Reed is another one of Larry's favorites that he's
Yep.
championed over the years. And everybody should be watching those videos because they're done with so much passion, conviction,
Thank you.
sincerity. One of the hallmarks of Larry's stuff is so damn sincere that a lot of people orientate towards it. Larry, I'm one of those.
Thank you.
I'm a Larry Grace fan.
Here's a question. Let's go in the opposite direction. What is the lightest you get as far as music?
Tons of light stuff.
Light. I was just listening to the new Ron Sexsmith album before.
That I
That's
gave
pretty
to
light.
you.
Is that light?
That's pretty light.
It's kind of light. I would say for me, Randy Newman.
John Michael Talbot, Christian artist, very gentle, soft guitar work. He used to appear in Rolling Stone's top 200 guitar players of all time. And John Michael Talbot used to end up in top 10 all the time. It was crazy back like around 1981, 82. But
How about Bill Callahan? Is anybody familiar with Bill Callahan?
I've heard of him.
Heard of him.
Talk about kind of drony and light. Oh, here's my favorite, Frank Sinatra MoFi Capital Years box set. Randy just did that on purpose. He knows I'm a big crooner fan. Randy, why don't you do a short on crooners? Right up my alley.
Randy and I talked a couple of years ago about doing like a top crooners video or something.
Does a 2 CD set? I could name all the crooners. I mean, I grew up with them. Does a 2 CD set in a box qualifies as no?
No.
Okay, what's about 3 and more?
I'd say so.
Or 4 and yeah, it's hard.
Well,
to tell.
again, I'll go back to what I said at the beginning. Like the Traveling Wilbury set, it's the 2 albums and then a DVD. Like, what would you consider that?
Yeah. I just consider that a CD set.
Because I mean, both CDs had 2 extra tracks that were like single tracks. Yeah,
Rob, you have my address. Send a shirt south.
I can do that.
What size, John? Kiss had these solo album picture discs from '78. They're probably worth a few bucks.
Well,
they are. Even the regular albums are worth a bit if they're in good shape.
I'm still surprised that Paul Simon isn't on an album with his wife, Edie Brickell. Sam said that Edie shows up on this new album.
Yeah, she does. It's crazy because they've been married quite a long time.
Yeah,
I don't really care for her voice that much, to be honest with you.
What was that big hit they had with Edie Brickell and the Bohemians?
Yeah,
she had a big hit.
Gosh,
I know you would, or however the hell that thing went. You know,
what I am.
Yeah,
what I am is what I am
is what I am. Yeah, that's it.
There's a lot going on there.
I wonder when the Ultimate Ringo EP collection will come out.
It'll be he'll pass away.
It's going to be an Uber set.
Yeah,
it comes like a big drum, like a bass drum.
Yeah. Richard Thompson on electric guitar too. The Classics Volume 2 will convince you. Richard Thompson's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Those pictures are worth big money now. The Eric Carr from 2023 RSD is big money as well. Really?
Which that one didn't sell on Record Store Day. I heard people were still seeing that in the record stores like the next weekend.
A girl never really reveals her shirt size.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'll text you later, John.
That's an extra small.
Gary, what I am.
Crop top.
Those Elvis box sets from Reader's Digest were not worthy of a king. Oh, remember those old cheesy Richard Digest sets?
Yeah.
They were like the original box sets. Edie's solo stuff is much better than the Bohemian material. I've never heard it, actually.
Well, I'm going to get going, Glenn.
Well, I think we're all going to get going pretty quick here.
So.
Larry, if everybody wants to maybe just say something about their channel. Larry, go ahead first because you want to get going.
Check out Glenn Kellaway from the Basements channel and Rachel Ghost channel.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. That's good. Thanks, Larry.
And I will
Thank
enter
you, Larry.
your contest, Sam. It sounds
Rob,
like
you got anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna join Steve and Gary tomorrow on Spin on This.
That's gonna be fun.
They're gonna grill the shit out of me, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put up a video in the next couple of days. I'm calling it like a Q&A video. I answered Richard McCook's 10 questions and I answered Vinyl Dale's questions as well. So I sort of put them together into one substantial question and answer video. So because I thought they were both interesting. So that'll be up in the next day or two.
And Sam has his contest.
And I'm going to do Sam's contest.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I've got a contest that just started a few hours ago where I want you to show 5 records or CDs, whatever tapes that would be a surprise that somebody might find surprising that are in your collection. And then all the basic rules apply. It's all in the description of the video. And then I also, other than like the usual content that I put up, I play songs, I put up just my standard content. I also recorded with Brian Massey a couple nights ago from Massey's Main Entertainment on his series, Is This Record Really That Good? And we discussed Licensed to Ill by the Beastie Boys. So it was kind of out of left field for me, but I was the one who recommended it. And I think he said that should be up by Friday. So I'll be on that, and I'll post it on my community page as well. So those are kind of collaborative videos that are happening. And like I said, enter the contest, subscribe. It goes till June 30th.
Awesome. Rachel, what's going on?
Yeah, moving. That's the big thing right now. This is going to be my music room. We're going to paint it green. Oh, I bought a P6 down there. That's a Rega P6 sitting in the box.
Wow.
So I just bought that with an exact 2 moving magnet.
I have the exact 2 cartridge on my P3, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I upgraded from P2, which had a Nagoka MP150 on it. This is a hardware stuff. But on my show, it's a talk show. It's every day, 6 a.m. Pacific to 9 a.m. Pacific. So about a 3-hour tour every day. And it's stupid. Avoid the first half hour where I wax eloquent about my political meanderings, about the world we live in. But then after that, we occasionally talk about music. We try, but then usually somebody's mad at somebody, and then we have to try and calm everybody down. That is my stupid show. It's a show about nothing. Yes, Sue?
That's it in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell. Emphasis on nut. But you wear it like you're proud of it. My God.
Wow.
We're fun. That's right.
Very
John.
cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. It was a fun night, and we'll be back next Wednesday.
Thank
Take
you,
care,
Glenn.
everyone.
Right.
Thank you.
John, Rob, Sam, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Always great
Bye,
seeing
everybody.
everybody. Bye now.
Thank you.